Welcome to Center of Light. Keith Anthony Blanchard here. I have a fantastic friend that's going to join me here shortly. You're going to fall in love with her. She's a very soft energy, magnanimously powerful. Pam Drinnon's here, and we're going to be talking about the subconscious mind, the genie in the bottle. I'm a genie in the bottle. That song with her? Was that Nikki Aguilera? You're going to like Pam. She's really good at what she does. She's very clear. So she does not have a website, but I am going to post a link here in the room shortly how you can find her on Facebook. So welcome to Center of Light Radio. I have some adverts I need to get to. September 21st and 22nd, 4 Point Spiritual Expo, Memphis, Tennessee. $20 for both days, $15 per day. Why not hang out in Memphis? If you're not from Memphis, take a road trip. Also, if my computer starts acting a little funny to where the words I say and the words you see me say are off, I'm working on that. I'm not sure if it's a computer issue or whatever issue. So hang in there with me regardless. We're going to get through this. September 21st and 22nd, 4 Point Spiritual Expo, Memphis, Tennessee. Keynote speakers. I am a keynote speaker. Radical transformation, crossing the bridge to the soul. Keynote speaker Larry Flaxman from Discovery Channel, Ancient Aliens. Dr. Rita Louise. Jason Rand. I hope I got him right. He's very powerful himself. And Lynette Marie. Jewelers, stones, auric photography, readers, spiritual readers. Speakers all day, but there are 5 keynote speakers. Lots of really, really, really cool things. But not only do we want you to come to the fair to support spirituality, expanded living, well-being in the Memphis region, but we want you to take something from it. Yeah, buy a whole bunch of stuff if you like stones, you like necklaces and all that cool stuff. Yeah, by all means, participate. But what we really want you to take away is a greater version of yourself. That's the intention of Victoria Smith with Circle of Chi. You can look it up on the internet, circleofchi.com, but that's Circle of QI, circleofqi.com, or you can find Circle of Chi, Circle of QI, on Facebookie. A couple of more adverts. Check this out. July 31st, 2020, the release of my new book, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. Also, very soon, October 2nd is the target date, unless something happens in my life that I have to change it, or for whatever the reasons. But I have a new course coming out, and you do want to be a part of this if you're looking for spiritual expansion. I'm going to be a part of the course because I want more expansion in my life. Let me tell you about this course. Power, connection, purpose. It is a 6-week bust you wide open. If you give me 1 hour of your time for 6 weeks, in hindsight, from this new vantage point, you're going to say, oh my God! Online video forum, just like you see now. No one has access but you. 4 models for alignment. I am going to put you in alignment 4 times. Everyone wants an immediate experience. When you eat your ice cream cone, you want to eat your ice cream cone now, don't you? And you don't want to taste it later, you want to taste it now. So I'm going to give you your spiritual ice cream cone in such a way that you can taste it right now. You want to see God? Give a kid an ice cream cone. I'm going to give you a spiritual ice cream cone. And you're going to taste it. And you're going to go, wow, this is amazing. 4 times. Question and answer format. You can ask questions as I do my presentation, my webinar with you. And for that 6 weeks, you're hanging out during the day, you have a question about something you've been adamantly working on. Hey, Keith, since we're doing the course, 2nd week, I wonder if, blah, 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 you can dialogue with me. You can dialogue with me anyway. But this will be catered toward the 6-week bust you wide open course. Power, connection, purpose. Power, connection, purpose. We're going to do some PCP, y'all. My name is Keith Blanchard. Also, one other thing. Oh my God, how dare I leave this out? September 25th, Wednesday night, Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis is getting it on. 7:30 to 8:30, I get to talk with the divine. Yes, I said that. God on earth today. This beautiful divine incarnation. I'm going to have a dialogue with Swamiji live on the air, as well as those who choose to be a part of it. When you're around an individual like this, he is not human. It looks human. He looks like us. He is like us in that regard. The throne he sits on, wherever he is located within himself, pure potentiality, he's in it consciously. Tonight we're going to be talking about the subconscious. But Swamiji's in there. And I'm going to be asking him questions about the state of the world. And he will tell us. But I have to stay away from political questions. So instead of, why are they spraying the skies? Why are they doing this thing? Why are they keeping this from us? Why are they putting poison in vaccines? Why are they poisoning the food? Why are they poisoning the water? He won't answer that. In fact, I know better than to ask such nonsense. Now, if I change that to, what can we do about the spraying in the skies? Nobody gets blamed, but we get solutions. Solutions. Come to Memphis. When you're around this man and his light engulfs you, you will touch an aspect of yourself that you have long forgotten, which is your very own essence. How about time for a change? We all need a time to change. Change is happening. It's the only thing that will forever happen. Change never changes. See you shortly with my guest, Miss Pam Drinnon, and we're speaking about subconscious power, Genie in a bottle. Enjoy.
Surely as the rain may fall, I wonder why. Worried there'll come a time when my world is dry, oh so dry. In the summertime I won't have no water. It's a little bit harder to take. As I contemplate a billion stars, leaving my hands to fate, that's all I've got, all I've got. In the summertime I won't have no water. It's a little bit harder to take. time for a change. Time for a change. Time for a
Welcome back to Center of Light. Yes, June, and I'm going to say your name because I've had the hardest time getting your name correctly for a long time, even though I never tried to say it to you. Santanastasi, is that right? If it's right, send me an exclamation point, June. Yes, June, that was Lavender Soul, and I look forward to seeing June at the fair. June is a powerhouse herself. She's done a lot of beautiful work for me in the past, and I want to say thank you. Welcome to Center of Light, all my beautiful friends. Check this out. Welcome all of you beautiful, sexy human souls. You know what? I'm going to christen tonight. I'm going to do something different. I usually introduce my guest. I'm not going to do that anymore. There's a reason, and I'll share it with you when I call my guest tonight, Pam Drinnon, and we're going to be speaking about subconscious, the genie in the bottle. Here we go. We're going to call her right now.
Hi.
Hello, baby girl.
Hello.
So
Good to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Listen, dear, something's been on my heart for a while, and I want to start that with you.
Okay.
So instead of introducing my guests, I want them to introduce themselves. And I know that some people, not you, but some people may take, I don't want to introduce, I want people to declare who they are. This is what I am, and I'm really fucking good at it, and this is my heart, and this is who I am. If I'm a reader, and I'm a this, and I'm a that, I'm going to tell you, because I want you to understand that I'm in my power, subconscious power. Who are you, dear lady? Introduce yourself to this beautiful audience.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm a little bit of everything.
Ooh.
My love is working with the angels, which I started years ago when I was had a near-death experience in the 60s. And of course, I was never the same after that, but didn't quite know what was going on. Finally, I decided I would dedicate my my life to being an angel advocate and sharing, what I did. But what I wanted more than anything was to learn how to make a connection to my guardian angel. Because once you get on the other side and you're there and you go, oh my gosh, how do I get back there again? How do I, get to be in this awesome energy? But I can tell and I know that my angels guided me every step of the way because of my prayers. And it started out becoming a hypnotherapist, and I was able to contact the subconscious mind then. And then I started studying Huna philosophy, and that was great because that led me to LA. And I got to work for 3 years with Holly Akala, the one Dr. Hugh Lim, who taught the Ho'oponopono. And he taught me so much about the subconscious mind and the superconscious mind and our conscious mind. And that was when I realized that.
If you would, dear, give me a second. Everyone, okay. Are you hearing an echo? If you are hearing an echo in your audio, send me an exclamation point, listening audience. I'm just making sure that it's not just Kelly. One moment, Miss Pam. One
Okay.
moment, dear. Is everyone hearing an echo? Just a simple yes or no. Technology is something else, isn't it?
I know.
I love it.
We can work this out.
It should be fine. And maybe it's just on her phone, maybe or every. Elwood says no. Please excuse me and continue. We're good. Thank you,
Okay.
dear.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, I will go back to what I was sharing. And oh gosh, when I when I started working with Hollyhock a lot and started learning about the subconscious mind and how it works, and that your subconscious mind is just a little child. It's just a 3 or 4 or 5 year old child, and it has a name, and of course its age, and it also has what it wants from us in this lifetime. What it wants is to be connected and to be loved more than anything. And well, this is how it works. Now, this is a secret. Huna means secret, the secret to life. And kahuna means you are definitely have become a healer when you are become a kahuna. And to be a kahuna, you are connected. Your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are connected all the time. You're one. And it takes a long time to get to become one with the subconscious. And I didn't know how to do it, but I just kept doing what I thought felt good. So Haleakala said, to enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to be an innocent child. Well, this innocent child is our subconscious mind. And we cannot make conscious contact to the superconscious mind, our guardian angel. That's why I kept studying with him, because he kept calling the superconscious your guardian angel. And to contact the superconscious mind, it has to go through the subconscious. Well, the problem is, if the subconscious doesn't feel loved and protected and safe and watched out for and taken care of, and all its little needs are met, because this is what's running your life, this 3-year-old child inside you, then when you pray and you ask for help, you can ask till the cows come home. Your superconscious mind cannot connect. It cannot connect with you. So that's what he taught us, was how to work with the subconscious and how to take this little child that's within us and believe it's real and start loving it and protecting it and taking care of it. My subconscious mind, her name's Sweet Pea. She's 3 years old, and all she wants to do is play. And so we play every day. We may go get a latte in the morning or lay in bed and watch a movie or play with my new kitty cat, whatever. But I'm doing these things for her. I let her dress me. She picks out my clothes and everything. But for a long time, I didn't know how. I knew I had her, and I had met her and everything through hypnosis session, but not until I learned to muscle test. And then I was able to make contact with Sweet Pea so that I could ask her, are you happy? What do you want to do today? Do you want to wear this? You like those earrings? I bet you I've changed earrings 5 times in the morning just because she didn't like what I was wearing. But I listened to her and I take care of her.
You're funny.
I know it sounds crazy, but it works. But what it is now, I do know that Sweet Pea feels very loved, and she feels that, we're connected. The most wonderful thing is that now that I am so divinely connected to my subconscious, I don't have to talk to Sweet Pea anymore. I get to go straight to the superconscious mind, and her name is Beautiful Beloved. And she told me a few years
What
ago.
is that name again? Beautiful what?
Beautiful Beloved.
Oh my gosh.
I got her name when I was sitting in a hot tub one day, and I was just
Of course you
back
did.
there.
Where
Yeah,
else could you
in
get such a
water.
name?
Yes, and I'm sitting there, and I was thinking about her, about wonder what my superconscious mind's name is, because I was told years ago, don't leave the world without knowing who your subconscious mind is and your superconscious. It's
Pam,
really
that is so
important.
beautiful. Thank you. I want to interrupt you on purpose.
Okay.
That is so beautiful.
Okay.
I'm looking in a mirror right now. I'm truly looking in the mirror I know as my cosmic sister, Pam Drinnon.
Yeah.
Many years ago, I was in a meditation and I said, if my soul has a name, what is it? And it was Yanava, as you see under my face right here, Yanava.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the heart, the name of the mind when it's balanced, and the name of the backbone which takes action, Yanava. So anyway, for many years, probably, well, at least for me, for many years, I knew this was significant, but it wasn't until about 2 years ago I found out the significance of it. It feels like you've done it, almost like, not almost, you've shifted in such a way, it's your divine state of being, yes?
Yes.
It's who you are. Right?
So now you know you have got your name. And all right, is Yanava, is that the subconscious mind name? No, that's your superconscious. That's your
That's the
angel's name.
superconscious. Yes.
Yeah. And so you're
Yes.
connected. When you get that connection, that means that your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are connected, which makes you become the kahuna, which is now you're the healer. So that's how you become a kahuna, is by connecting the subconscious to the conscious mind. And because our conscious mind is considered the mother, it's called the uhani. The subconscious mind is called the unipili, which means grasshopper. It means it's a little child that hops around and it's into everything. And then the superconscious mind is the amakua, which means the utterly trustworthy one, that no matter what, you can trust this presence. And, it's like, but it takes time. And it takes years of wanting it more than anything, just like we have, to make that connection. We want to feel that we are connected all the time, that we don't have to worry about things work out, maybe not like the way we want them to, but they do work for us better than ever. And that's what my work is here, is to help people connect up with their guardian angel. Because,
I did a presentation a few nights ago,
yeah,
and it was called As Father, I Will, As Mother, I Birth.
right, yeah.
You so put me back into that place again. I do hear an echo. Pam, is your external speakers on that you can maybe turn those down? So
Well,
thank you
let's see. Let
earlier.
me turn this down. Oh, that's
Test one,
turning it
two.
up. Now let's turn it down. Is that better now? Is it better?
Hello, hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
It is. See, you weren't the one echo. I was the one echoing because it was coming through your speaker. So we're really good now. But thank you for that person who was so cool on that and keen on that. But I did a presentation the other night called As Father, meaning it was called God. As Father, I will forth, and as Mother, I birth. So mother is never future tense. Father is future tense-ish. Father always says, I'm dropping this seed into the ground now for a future experience. And mother says, okay, as recipient of semen, of seed from father, thank you. We are so on point already. So if you would explain, share with our listening audience a little more about, oh my God, it's leaving me, touch, tapping. Just a short idea about tapping so they can understand how you made this connection for you.
All right. Well, first of all, I was sick for years with health issues regarding diet. I just was allergic to everything I was eating. It just kept getting worse every year. And then finally, one year, I was living up in Arkansas, and I kept calling my chiropractor in Memphis, and I said, I can't. You've got to, I can't afford this, because I was calling him every other day. So he said, remember how I showed you how to muscle test, where you put one finger on top of the other, and then you can, instead of trying, see, usually it's you hold your arm out and someone pushes it down. So I couldn't find people to do that. So I had to learn how to do it on my own. There are all kinds of ways to do muscle testing yourself. You don't have to have someone test you. But you have to do it till you know you've got it. It took me about 4 months, and then I knew that I was connected. I knew that every time I touched that, I was connected. At first, I was just doing food for my allergies and stuff, and finding out what I could eat. I could sit in front of a menu and go, "Can I eat that?" And my finger would say, "Yeah, that's what you could eat," which was amazing. And it was right, always. It was always right. So then I started just asking questions about everything. And one morning after my sister Laverne passed in 2010, I was meditating and I said, Laverne, are you there? And when I pushed my finger, I got a yes. And I thought, well, why haven't I tried not to contact her this way before? Because I didn't think that I could. But so then I said, well, is Lee, my brother, with you? And said, yes, he's here too. So I started asking about everyone. And then I said, is my guardian angel with me? Beautiful beloved. And I get a yes. And he said, I'll always be with you. I'll never leave you. We're together forever and ever. This lifetime, next lifetime, back in again. How many times we do this? I'm always with you and always have been. Now I am calibrating high enough that my superconscious mind, beautiful beloved, can work with me. So I can work with more people and help more people. See, that's what our higher self wants us to do, is to be able to grow in consciousness. And that's the key. We have to do all this work that you and I've done for years so we can grow our consciousness so that we can make that contact. And you're doing it. Everybody's got different ways that do it. I just do it through muscle testing. But it's easy, it's fast, and I can teach people how to do this. It's fun. Everyone needs to know that they can make contact to the other side, to their angels, anybody they want to. It just takes practice and it takes time, but we can do it. I mean, we're there. I'm there, and I'm bringing everybody in with me.
When you and I were in the radio green room talking
Yeah.
before the show,
Yeah.
the spirit that came through you, the energy that came through you, when you was telling me about living in Seattle,
Yeah.
was so massaging to me because I felt you truly in a place, space of true joy of being in Seattle. Tell me a little bit about your time in Seattle, why you like it so much.
Well, my tribe is up here. Living on the West Coast, people are so much more open-minded, and they're into things. I mean, you can talk about chakras, and you can talk about spirits, and everything, and they're open. Even if they're not into it, they'll listen. They're not, they don't start like putting crosses up. No, no, no. Too woo-woo. Um, but the thing too is, now that I know
I
how to,
love it. It's too woo woo. That's great.
well, everybody. But no one sits in my chair now that isn't calibrating high enough to talk to me. If they're below 500, then I know they're not interested in what I have to say. They'd make fun of it, or they wouldn't believe it, or they wouldn't trust it. So you have to, again, get in a higher calibration and consciousness. 500 is unconditional love, and from then on up. But see, I figured that out when I was living in Memphis. I thought, when I started learning how to calibrate people's consciousness, and I realized that when I would test somebody that was 500, they were on the same page with me. I'm going, okay, I figured it out. So I quit casting my pearls before swine. I mean, I can walk into a room with 50 people in 5 minutes. I'm going to tell you who's going to lie to you, who's going to be your best friend, who you want to hang out with. It's so easy once you learn this, but it's taken time. And now I'm teaching people, how to do it like I do it. And, our angels, my angel says, you better talk about us because we're the one that's making it happen. And they want everyone to know that they are being loved and supported on the earth, and that anyone can make that contact. And I feel like that I spend half of my session with someone first time about talking about the angels, how to make your connection so that you can get this love and support. Because they're just up there waiting, dum dum dum, when you're going to contact me, I'm going to help you. You just have to ask. You don't even have to believe, you just ask, and they'll show up for you. And of course, I have a whole flock of angels that I call on every morning, and bring them in, and they
Can you
walk
give
with
me?
me.
Can you give me a sample? I see, because I have my morning thing to connect. Can you give me a sample of what a calling to the angels might sound like in
Oh,
your head, from your
okay.
heart?
Yeah. I start out with Michael, who stands on my right. Michael is Michael is the protector. Michael is the big one.
Always.
He's the big. Then
Always.
on the left is Gabriel, and I give all my fear to Gabriel. In front of me stands Uriel, and Uriel watches out to make sure you don't get conned. You know, if you're a gullible person, he's there to watch you, make sure you're covered. But above you is Ariel, me, and Ariel is well, she's just got me covered. She's got all of us covered down here. She's up here flying around, making sure everything is working the way it's supposed to. Behind me is Raphael, which is the angel for healing. And he is the one that works with me all the time. Because I've asked when I'm working with people, you know, with healing sessions, he's the one that's coming in and giving me the information to help them. And then underneath is Metatron, the angel that stands next to God. And then I have Saint Germain, Melchizedek, and then of course, beautiful beloved. That's my group.
Pam, when I wake up in the morning, I have one in my own way, and everybody has their avenue to connect. And mine is when I come to a state of consciousness, I say, as I plant Yanava, my soul, as I plant my feet upon this floor, plant yourself within me consciously forevermore. And I start my day. And what I want to support you, Pam, as well as share with everyone, when you make a simple gesture to be into the highest experience every day of your life, when you wake up, and just intend to be in that space, and like a habit, after a while it becomes second nature. You don't have to declare anymore except for the sake of the ritual itself, because that is delicious. You always are in it. It's a new form, a new way of being. It's program. Let's talk about the subconscious. It's getting it to respond to our conscious will. Yes, Pam?
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's everything. This little child, it's within us. We've got to realize it and take the time to begin with to have this relationship with the inner child, with the subconscious. Then when you pray and you ask for something, immediately it goes to your guardian angel and says, look, me and Keith, we got a big problem down here. We need some help. We need some prayers. You know, what can you do? And then you get the help. And it happens that way. That's how it is. But if our subconscious doesn't feel loved, if we fuss at it, we fuss at ourselves. If we cuss at it, if we're angry, or, you know, we're calling stupid, ignorant, whatever, that's how our subconscious feels. That is, it's self-esteem. To be able to talk to your guardian angel, you've got to have high self-esteem, and you've got to feel good about yourself, and that you're doing the right thing, and that you're being truthful and honest.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you have anything else other than the recipe Pam just described, you will never touch that majesty. You just won't. In fact, it's invisible to you. You can't see it. That thing that Pam is talking about, it's all around us. It's not like you got to go outside of a certain place and travel 250,000 light years away to get to this place. It's accessible and it's right here, but it's invisible and unreachable for those who are frustrated, mad, pissed off, and all these other qualities that's keeping you separate from seeing the deliciousness that's simply your birthright.
And that's right. And we get to start fresh every morning with our angels and call them in and start our day. And I do this little thing where I just say, beautiful beloved, walk with me today, talk through me. You be me. You bring to me the people that you wish for me to share your love and your light and your wisdom with. And then the most magical things happen all day long. People will come in and they'll say, well, I don't know how I ended up here. I wasn't thinking even about coming into soul food today, but I just felt drawn in here. But I'm just cracking up. I said, well, were you looking for an angel, honey? They said, well, yes. I said, yeah, okay, you got it. But that's a daily thing with me, with new people especially. And they'll just say, I just felt I needed to talk to you. But it's not me. It's because I said ahead of time, you be me. You bring them to me. I can't go out there and figure out who needs to be worked on, who would like that. But
everyone, Keith Anthony Blanchard is center of Light Radio, hanging out, having a spiritual beer with my dear sister, Pam Drinnon. And I'm going to post this link again. It's what's called a short... it's called a short link because you can contact Pam through Facebook. She's a very humble, beautiful lady. She doesn't have a web page. She's not into the bells and whistles. but she does ring my bell just by hanging around her. I love her. Tonight we are speaking with Pam Drinnon, and we're talking about subconscious power. Genie in a bottle. I love talking. She's clear. She's on point. She is truly of the angelic nation. Let's see what we're going to play for this musical break.
I lift you up to your most high. Cherish the time when you walk by. I see you in my life for all time. I've touched your face 1,000 lifetimes. I know the way you talk in rhymes. The breath you take is part of mine. As you float before my eyes, you touch my hand, it makes me cry. Touch my hand, just to know you're there. Just to know you're there. So here we go again. Life lessons with a friend. Another chance to let love in. And in another life, our eyes will meet one more time. I see you in my life for all time. As you float before my eyes, touch my hand, it makes me cry. Just to know you're there.
Welcome back to Center of Light Radio. Yo, my brand new brother, old brother, cosmic brother, by the name of Gary Denmark, decides he's going to show up at Center of Light Radio. So what I'm going to do is, no, Gary, you're not going to follow me. I'm coming to befriend you right now. I'm going to start stalking you, bro. Gary asked me the question. He's from Scotland. How's William Wallace? He asked me the question, could I please give him a reading? I'm going to give you a reading. Gary, if you share this video, presentation, interview, I will give you a reading. But I won't do it tonight. I'll give you 15 minutes of my heart and time with you. But I'm not going to tell you about your future. That's not what I do as a reader. I want to empower you, how you can see for yourself. Open up that gate like Pam and I are talking about tonight and tap into your own spiritual power. Wendy Ingle Parker says, I missed your guest name. Her name is Pam Drinnon, which I'm about to bring back on. So I want to empower you, Gary. People who go to psychics, I understand. I think it's a very beautiful, noble thing. I want to be better tomorrow or today than I was yesterday. That's great. As to why we seek teachers to give us that information. That's not enough for me, and you don't deserve that limitation. I want to empower you of how to do what you're asking me for. And Gary Denmark decides he's going to share my video. You contact me tomorrow or the next day or maybe the beginning of the week, and I will give you my time, my cosmic bro. How's that? What a shake hands deal, and it costs you nothing other than to support my work. Support my heart, which is actually supporting yourself into a greater human being. God bless you, my brother. Welcome back to Center of Light Radio, my sister, Pamela Drinnon.
Hi.
Winner, chicken dinner. How are you, babe? Thank you for joining me. I love you. I miss you. I miss your physical proximity.
Well, I miss you guys too, and this year I'm coming back to see everybody. I've been up here for 5 years. I cannot believe it. Time has just flown by, but I've been really busy and I've been learning. I feel like I've been on roller skates to learn all this stuff that my higher self has been, well, prepping me for everything. And because I wanted to work with angels, and they
Pam,
said,
I
"Okay,
want to interrupt you on purpose. That's what I do as a host. That's what hosts do. I want to
Yeah.
stop you because you said something in your channeling, your wrestling.
Yeah.
You said, "I'm working on what's coming. That everything. What is that everything for you? What is that thing that you were being prepped for? That's really powerful information if you deliver it to the audience, because we're all looking for that something, and we all want to live in that something. So what is that you're prepping for, dear? Or being prepped for?
Well, you know what? It all comes for me is back in the 80s, after my divorce, I got really sick and I lost my health for 2 years and I suffered. Oh my gosh, did I suffer. And I just promised God then if he would heal me, I would come back and I would help everyone that were suffering. I would do everything to help them. And this is all a thing I can figure out. If people are, that's what they're using me as a channel to help people who are suffering in any way, in any form, and any fashion. And I have so much compassion now. I have so much love and so much empathy for people because learning how to muscle test and doing the body code on someone or the emotion code.
Isn't that called kinesthesiology? Is that right?
Yes, kinesiology.
Kinesiology.
Yes, and it just all it means is muscle testing, and anyone can learn it. Anyone can, and everyone needs to know how to do it a little bit, even if you wanted to see. I was telling one of my clients, I said, just go to the grocery store and stand in front of something you want and see if it's good for you. See if your subconscious mind wants it, and do the sway test. Now, if you go forward,
yes,
it's yes. If you go back, it's no.
Yes,
So she comes
I
back
do that.
and
I do
says,
that often, dear. I'll hold up a something, be it a drink, a food, an idea, and I'll put it next to the liver. And if you go back, I love it. Thank you for the
See,
reminder.
and that's the best. That's the fastest way. But you're limited because you can't do it real fast. But she came back to me and she said, "Well, you were right about that." She said, "There I was looking at that candy bar," and she said, "I got a big no that I wasn't supposed to eat it," and which was good because she and I said, "Well, did you?" She said, "No." I said, "Okay, so you listen to it." But we can overrule or override whatever the
And
subconscious
we can
mind says.
also delete what we think is quote bad. And in fact, let me do that again. Let me leave the
Okay.
quotes out. We can delete what we think is bad. I often use quotes to try to buffer and cushion myself. I'm going to stop doing that. We can delete what we think is bad. If you want that cheeseburger, eat that damn
That's
cheeseburger.
right.
Because if it makes you happy, guess what? The pharmacy called your brain begins to release endorphins and all these beautiful things simply by going, oh my God, this is the best fucking cheeseburger I've ever eaten in my life. Now, everything is beautiful and balanced. Our friend, I'm sure you know Dr. Mark Weiss,
Yes,
he
I
told me
do.
once, he says, you want to know the difference between choosing and being okay and an addiction or vice or a habit or that which is bad for you? He said, you can eat strawberries, you can be addicted to strawberries, and that's a beautiful thing. But when our addiction towards things like certain foods and certain lifestyles and certain choices we make becomes an override towards a certain degree of our time and our initiation and integration, we lost sight.
Yes, we have. Well, the lady that I was working with, and she's diabetic, but she wanted a candy bar. And she thought, well, I'm going to see if my body said, her body said, see, listen, this is how it works. Our brain lies to us about everything. It doesn't care. Drugs, alcohol, party fun, anything it can think of, it wants to do. But if you ask your body cannot lie. Your body is your subconscious mind. So you have to bypass the brain and talk to the body and do all the checks on it to get the correct information. Just always know your body can't lie, but your brain lies about
So,
everything.
Pam, would you, though you may have said it before, for those newcomers, or just for the simple fact of reinforcement,
Yes.
how can one wear the ring? I notice you've been doing this thing on the ring finger or
Yeah.
whatever. It looks a ring finger like marriage
It
with the
is.
divine. How can we make that marriage with the divine and make that connection? How do we do it? Yes, and it's not, but what is the discipline, the order, the protocol to actually go, oh my God, I'm there?
Well, the subconscious mind, as you're talking, and I remember I kept doing this, and I'd call Dr. Morgan, and I'd say, okay, I'm doing this, and it's not working. He said, Pam, I did it for a whole year before was able to use this. He said, but it's just the fastest way. You can do this. That's a good way to do it. There's all kinds of ways now. You go on YouTube, it tells you all kinds of, you find one that works for you. The reason I like to do this is that I can hide my hand. So I can ask things about people. Is that person lying to me? Yeah, he's calibrating below 200. He's a liar. So things like that, which makes it fun. And I wanted to learn this. This is what the doctors do. They don't do the stuff we do. They got this. All right, this is my ring finger, and I put my middle finger on top of it, and I make sure it's up far enough. If it's down too far on the nail, I don't get a good reading. So I come up here, and um, first of all, I say, this is how you do it. I say, okay, I'll say, Sweet Pea, are you there? And I get a yes. Okay. And then I say, my name is Joe Black. My finger goes down, no. So I'm giving it, you have to give it commands. See, that's what I do in my intuitive development classes. I teach people how to do this with the hand. You can do it with anything, but you've got to know the rules and how to make that contact. And I've done it for so long and figuring out ways. And of course, everybody has their own way. And we can, but everyone can do this. You could do this, but when I first would do it, my finger would go down, and I'm going, I can't get it. It won't say anything. I want it to, and I would give up, and then I'd say, okay, I'm gonna try again tomorrow, and then I kept trying. It's through repetition. The subconscious mind has to be taught through repetition. It is a little child. It's 3 or 4 years old. You have to tell it over and over and over again. That's why these hypnosis tapes are so great. It's repetition. Hear the thing over and over again.
From the chat room, Pam.
Yes.
Coolise. Let me see if I can get this name. I like it. I like efforting. Not efforting. Let me rephrase that. I like refining people's names. It's beautiful to me. I love the vibration of people's names. Coolise. Kantanovska says, Pam's voice is beautiful. That is one of her divine qualities to pull you in that says, you're going to hear what I have to say. Yes, she has that Tennessee drawl. It's gorgeous. Are you from Tennessee, dear?
I am from Kingsport, up in the mountains. I'm a hillbilly.
There's that drawl. It's your talk is so patient. You're not in a hurry like me. I'm very staccato, ta 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 ta, and you're like, I'm one of the violins. I'm not a drummer hitting notes. I'm a violin being stroked.
Well, I want to tell you, having this accent works. I went to Starbucks the other day, and it was really noisy in there. So I got right up to tell that guy. He said, now, what's your name? And I said, Pam. And he looked at me, and he said, okay. So I went over to get my coffee, and they never called my name. And so finally I said, did you make that mocha for me? And this woman said, well, yeah, right here, the mocha with soy. It says it's got your name on it, babe. I said, babe? And I thought, that guy put that on there because he thought I was a babe. And at my age, that is really awesome. I'll take it. Okay. Anyway, I had a walk in the mall, and it was fun. And you know what? I love my accent. And up here, everybody says, oh, where are you from? You sound so sweet. I'm going, well, there's a whole state up there. Sounds just like me. You just got to get there. But I'm blessed.
And it's also not just the state where you're from. It just so happens the state where you're from, you've incorporated all those beautiful qualities into a state of being. How is it? Let me ask you this question. I ask this question very rarely, but when it drapes me like a cloak, because God wants to just drape me, because I'm loved beyond measure, just like we all are. What, though it's a poor attempt, we can never describe this fully, but in words, your best attempt, what does it feel like to be Pam Drinnon?
Oh God, I feel like I'm.
Have you ever been asked that question?
No,
have you
I
ever been asked that question
I
before?
do know. I feel like a little girl all the time. And maybe it's because I've got Sweet Pea here. I'm always talking to her. But when I was little, I had a baby voice. Oh my God! When I got married, my husband said, "You got to stop talking that baby talk," and because and I still have it a little bit. I know that, but and I mean, I walked on my tippy toes till I was about 5. They never thought I was going to put my feet on the floor. I don't know. I came in under a different, I came in with the angels. I was contacted at 3 years old is when I was woke up. And I was sitting in front of a mirror crying my eyes out one morning because everybody was gone from the house. And the housekeeper's downstairs. And I was missing Mom and Dad. And this voice just spoke to me and said, Pam, look at yourself. And I looked in the mirror and it says, look at your face and look at your eyes and see what color they are. And just totally was distracting me from crying. And when I stopped and I started, he said, you are somebody. Instead of this little ball of crying mess that I was shown that I was
a beautiful mess.
But I did after that. And I remember being happy from then on. So I know that was when I was contacted. And I was contacted up here, which was awesome. I've never had my superconscious mind talk to me out loud, but it did. And you know what it said? It says, you're not having enough fun up here. You need to play Indian. So that's when I started doing the ceremonies up here. And and I have met some great people and had so much more fun. But I think that's what you said. How does it feel to be Pam? It feels good inside, and I feel loved. I feel blessed, and um, I'm happy pretty much all the time. I don't know. People say, "How are you feeling?" I feel awesome. How are you? Terrible. Oh well, sorry. Okay, whatever. We can feel any way we want to, but I just hardly ever wake up and not feel good. I know it's because I'm working with my angels. I think they keep you young. I think they keep you happy to be alive, and
Well, that's pretty obvious to me, looking at your wisdom and how awesome you look. And I don't mean physically,
oh,
I
thank
mean
you.
the radiance that you emit. In fact, Pam, you've always looked that way to me. No matter
Thank you.
since when I met you way back when,
Wow.
you look. In fact, you look the same. You haven't aged. You hadn't got older. You just look like. In fact, you look more fuller and radiant. Your face, your eyes, you show that angelic glow, and so it's apparent to me that your work with the angelic realm is truly concrete and solid.
It is.
I know you stand in that.
And
I told this everybody in the audience before the show they were going to fall in love with you. I love it.
oh, good. Thank you. I hope they do. But what I'm noticing though more than anything now is that because I get so many repeat people coming back to see me because I've helped them, they're really coming back to get my energy. My energy now makes people feel better just by hanging out with me, and I know it. I don't say anything about it. I'm thinking, okay, come on, honey, whatever you want to do, let's do it. But I do know that they're not coming for the message as much as they're coming for the energy. It's the love that my
That
heart
is
felt.
so powerful
Does that
what you
does that
just
sound
said.
like I'm trying to be, you know,
Yes, because Pam, that is such an amazing teaching in and of itself. Thank you, because when people go to teachers, they may tell you a whole bunch of stuff, and you process it. You write it down, and you look and go, "Oh, that makes sense," and then you start processing that. That's not really where your learning is. The learning is in the empty space between the teacher's words, which is, "I just want to hang out with you because I feel good about myself when I do."
and they do.
That is
But
that everyone is
But see,
looking
I
for.
know it's not me. It's the presence
Yes,
within me that they're
yes,
feeling
yes.
because I feel it too. I feel it all the time. I love it. And after I've had a day at a psychic fair, which I love doing them because I'm able to touch a lot of people I wouldn't normally get to. And I am vibrating, I'm buzzing. It takes me several hours just to calm down because my higher self has been channeling through me. We're all channels, but I'm conscious channeling. And it just channels through me and helping all these people that sometimes I'd really have to go in my room and just shut the door and shut down so I can get back in my body. But it's okay. I love my work. I'm doing my angel work. We're all doing our angel work.
Correct. We may call it a this or that, but it's all, as Pam is describing, it's your angel work. If you're a gardener and you love what you do and your gardening affects you, it's affecting everyone around you, you're doing your angel work. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Everyone, Keith Anthony Blanchard here, Center of Light Radio, going to take our final break into our final segment with my beautiful, lovely friend, Pamela Drinnon, and we're speaking about subconscious power, a genie in the bottle. Wow! I'm so overjoyed to speak with my friend, Cosmic Sistar. Again, welcome everyone to Center of Light Radio. I will be posting a link for you to contact Pam beyond this show, so you can be in touch with her. If you want to learn these powerful techniques that you, as she, as me, as we can all move into to have the most greatest, delicious experience of our life, you don't have to cut spiritual calories, y'all. Get fat. Get fat on the spirit. Dear Lord. Because you simply have a choice. Choose now. I'll see you shortly.
Remember that all things are possible. You must choose. to be accountable, responsible, enough to believe, and open your heart to receive.
Above and look at your life, and you see the life you live. Can you be surprised that it all turned out this way and not the way you planned? It's about what you know and what you understand. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Learn to follow that inner voice inside. That's the one that's telling you not to run and hide. See what your life could be when you visualize. It's about what you choose that you'll realize. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Now it's time for you to plan out your life. Seeing what you do by your own design. It's all up to you to make it what you can. It's of your own free will. What don't you understand? Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Make a choice.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Light. Everything you are looking for is in there. Everything you are looking for, have been looking for, is in the light. The light, we call God, contains everything, and God is omnipresent. It's everywhere. Are you tapping into that aspect of yourself? Seriously. It's a very simple intention. Just the want of it. Another reminder, I did not give out how to be a part of this course. Power, connection, purpose. Power, connection, purpose, October 2nd. Leave me a note in this forum. Keith, I am interested in the course. It's a very small fee. Very small fee, but it does require all of you. If you're interested in being a part of the Q&A with God, what is the state of the world in Memphis, Tennessee, September 25th, 7:30 to 8:30, contact me. You want to be a part of all this divine power and beauty. It is who you are. Homecoming, hence my new book, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, moving into the subconscious power and to the superconscious power. Welcome back to this hour, my beautiful friend, Pamela Drinnon. Always winning with Pamela Drinnon. That's your new slogan. Always winning with Pamela Drinnon.
Okay, I'll take that.
Hey,
I
babe, it's
love
good to
it.
see you. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. You know, I want to talk about a couple of things.
Sure.
The genie in the bottle. And people said, well, how does that work? About the subconscious being your genie in a bottle. It won't work until you decide that you're going to make the subconscious mind a part of your life, that you're going to let it be you, and you are going to take care of its needs. Because knowing this, that when you do that, when you get its name and you need help and you ask for help, that immediately it will go to the higher self, to your guardian angel, and you will get the help you need. And that is like a genie in a bottle, if nothing else. It's so magical when it happens. And you always feel divinely directed and guided when you do this. It's fun, it's exciting, but it does take time and learning about yourself. And that's what I do, is I do a hypnosis session with people, and I take them to meet their subconscious mind and their superconscious mind and get their names and everything, because it's really important for people to know that. Up until probably the last few years, people didn't understand, but they're hearing so much about the subconscious mind now, and that it rules our lives. So we better stay closely connected to it. And this is how you do it. I just found my way, and I like to share the path that I'm on with the subconscious mind. And I don't know. I just feel so blessed to get to do what I'm doing.
From the chat room, Pam,
Yeah.
Carolyn asked a question.
Yeah.
So how do you go about finding your how would you suggest one goes about finding our subconscious name? Beautiful question. I love it.
Well, when I do, I don't know. I got my subconscious mind's name through a hypnosis session. And that's what it was, to go meet your subconscious. And when Sweet Pea came in, she said, my name is Sweet Pea. I want to play. You know, you don't want to play. You work all the time. We need to have some fun. I mean, I got fussed at. I mean, I'm listening to this big conversation in my head, and I'm going, okay, all right, I'm listening. You know, well, what do you want to do? I want to play. I just want to play and have fun. And I said, well, I need to work. You know, no, you don't. We're going to have fun. If you'll just, hang out with me. And you know what? And that's it. Now, on your own, I guess if you are really connected to your divine and you meditate, ask and see what name comes in. Some people will start out and they'll give it a name, and you can use that. You don't have to go into some deep hypnosis to find the subconscious mind name, but you've got to do the work. You've got to do everything that its little booty is covered all the time, and you're keeping it covered and keeping it happy, and so that it will be able to leave and work with you in the higher realms. Remember, consciously, we're talking conscious right now. We can't connect to our superconscious consciously. It has to be through this little child. So you got to have a relationship with it. It's got its name and what its needs are. Most people probably already know. And what it is. I don't know how else to tell her. I can't say 1, 2, 3, do this,
I would agree with that. I would think at some level, in fact, I'm sure of it, at some level we already know that name. It just kind of takes the person to want to go look in the closet.
Yeah. Right. Well, I called Sweetie Genie for a long time. That was my middle name. I thought, well, I'll just call her Genie before I even knew how to do this, you know. But I knew about the subconscious and I was always interested in it. And if this had the key to everything, the power, then I wanted to learn how to, to make that connection so I could have my genie in a bottle. When I want something, it's just like abracadabra. I got you to put me on your show again. I love that.
Thank you. I get to hang out with you. I mean, what else is there? I mean, we're having a spiritual beer, eating a spiritual hamburger with extra mayo and cheese and bacon, whatever it is your thing that paints the picture I'm trying to paint. So, Pam, we're talking about the subconscious power, genie in a bottle. And Carolyn just asked the question, how do I find my name? And I think you answered it so poetically. We, at some level, already know who we are. It just comes down to a very simple choice. Do I want to experience that part of my inner child? And we hear that inner child and it's over, it's lost its potency, but it's truly, that's what it is. It's us being vulnerable, us being innocent, us being curious, in a state of awe, in a state of wonderment, just absorbing without judging and participating too much on the earth. Being compassionate and checking in and helping out is beautiful. But you can't get lost in the noise and the movement of the earth and everybody on it, because in so doing you lose your child. You lose yourself and then you become that hard adult. Yes?
Yes, you want to be an innocent child.
Gentle.
And I had a rebirthing with Mark Weiss years ago when I first moved to Memphis. Oh my God, it changed my life, because in the rebirthing, I'm laying there, I'm going, God, he's charging me $75 to watch me breathe. This had better be good. And so I'm doing the breathing, and it took a long time. And then all of a sudden, I'm in this white light. They call it white sound, total peace. And this voice said, Pam, I never left you. You separated yourself from me. And when I heard that voice, it was a masculine voice. And God said, when my mother died, I thought God left me when I was 16. And I screamed and cried and wept. All that suffering that I had carried with me those many years, and I was in my 40s when I had this first rebirthing, and I let go of it. But I knew I had been depressed for years. My depression lifted from me. Was not depressed anymore. Had one more session with him, and we contacted. Well, in this one, there was a female angel, and it went back to when I was sexually abused as a child. And this angel said, Pam, you were an innocent child when that happened. You were only 10 years old, and you had no one to watch over you, no one to protect you. There was nothing that you could do. You were innocent. And for the first time, again in my 40s, I felt that I was innocent. I was a little innocent child, because I had totally blamed myself that I had done something to create this to happen to me, So I got my innocence back through Mark, and I got to talk to God. God spoke to me. I'm going, oh my God, I must be somebody. If God said, Pam, I never left you. And that's what we have to know. The universe has got our back. We just think that it doesn't, because we have to be on this planet of karma,
Yeah.
working out this constant karma.
I love what Wayne Dyer said, and it echoes what you just shared.
Yeah.
I don't know where it originally came from, but I know it from Wayne Dyer. He says, when we begin to understand and emphatically know who and what walks beside us every day of our life, we will never be afraid ever again.
Never.
Right? Even through trouble, the storm, Peter, the rock, you anchor yourself and be the eye. So no matter what storm is blown into your life, you don't have to like it, but you can still stay centered.
That's it. And you can. And you do.
And that's the child.
That's the child.
The safe
It
child.
feels little and safe and protected, and that I'm never going to let anything happen to it. I'm always watching over her, and she gets all her needs met. And, if she wants to go take off for a day and go down to the beach and walk around, I do that. I really listen to her. And that but because I want a relationship with her and I want her to know that she's the most important thing to me, my little child within, just like your little boy within.
Yes, thank you, Pam. We're at the bottom of the show.
I
Would
know.
you
And
like to? It's
so
so
much
great, isn't
fun.
it?
I
It goes
know.
by like that.
I
Would
hope I
you?
shared enough with everyone. Um,
Well, give us a final message of full of light, full of Pam, because that's the light. So, what would you like to share as we close?
be your best. When I asked the angels how could I get back there and be with them someday, when I did come back after I had my first near-death experience, um, I said, I want to go back. I want to be with the angels. How can I do it? And they just said, be your best. Be your best friend, your best daughter, your best child, your best mother, your best lover, your best wife. Be your best of everything. And you can come and be with us again.
From the chat room, Callan Renando asked a question. It's a good question. Everybody's saying thank you. They just, I knew they were going to eat you up and love you.
Good.
Callan says, when you, Pam, changed your vibration, did you then recognize the universe was responding to the positivity?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and it just got better and better. I just kept seeing miracles every day, and I just knew, God, I asked for that the other day, and here it showed up. Oh my gosh. But I don't do that anymore because I know it's just going to happen. I just start telling my child, okay, this is what we need. This is what we got to do. We got to make sure all this is covered. And it just, it makes it happen. It is the genie in the bottle.
Thank you, beautiful lady.
Thank
My
you.
cosmic sister.
Love you.
Contact me in the future. Hey, Keith, I got a new thing going. Let's get a
Okay.
thing going. And I'm
Okay,
with
I
you.
will.
I will. Everyone, make sure you check out Pam. You find her on Facebook, Pamela Drinnon. Possibly also look up Angel Work. But I am, again, going to put the link in this forum. Again, dear, thank you so
Thank you.
much. Blessed.
Thank you. Bless
Everyone,
you.
Keith Anthony Blanchard here. Had a wonderful time with my sister, Pamela Drinnon. We've been talking about angels, subconscious, tapping, genie in a bottle. Let me give you a couple of adverts really quick on my outro. Here's some background. Lavender Soul. We're working on a new album now, which is comprised of Memphis Symphony Orchestra. People, I'm such a blessed man.
Yeah.
One moment. There we go. As I leave the show, I'm going to tell you a couple of adverts, share with you a couple of adverts. Swamji is coming to town. Swamji is coming to town. Swamji is coming to town. Come to Memphis, Tennessee, September 25th, as well as my PCP course, Power, Connection, Purpose. Keith, I am interested in the course. For those who have in the recent past sent me, Keith, I'm interested in the course, I have you written down. No worries. Thank you. Keith Anthony Blanchard, Center of Light Radio. You are loved beyond measure, and it is my pleasure to be in your treasure as we all live in the trove of all that's beautiful, delicious, love and light, power and might. From my heart to yours, good night.
See inside.